Mairis Briedis, who has successfully retained his WBC Cruiserweight World title.
This is live real time. We got a lot to talk about, but Mike Perez is too slow for Cruiserweight. Wait. Mike Perez is too slow for Cruiserweight. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Right now, we're in for a treat. When is the next round of the World Boxing Super Series? I believe it is in February, March, correct? Or was it January, February? Whatever the case may be. Now, who should win this is Briedis, who is the WBC champion at Cruiserweight since Tony Bellew was elevated to a Mairis champion. I don't know how he earned that honor, but whatever the case may be. In the next round, we're going to have we should have Mairis Briedis versus Usyk, which is going to be awesome. Hold on. Let me turn this up.
Semi-final stage of the World Boxing Super Series, and that's the power of this tournament.
And let me do this.
So many belt holders represented from across the board. Thank you. Only top cruiserweight missing. Here's Denis Lebedev, the WBA super champion. And it's filled with top operators throughout the 8 quarterfinal bursts. 2 of them have just locked horns here tonight. I think that Mike Perez has come up short in his maiden world title bid. At the conclusion of 12 3-minute rounds, let's head up to center ring to get the official announcement from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Okay, we're ready. I mean, he should get the easy victory for those who hasn't watched the fight. Mike Perez just was too slow. This is only his first
12 rounds of action. We go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Juan Carlos Pelayo scores the bout 116 to 110. Fernando Barbosa sees it at 115 to 111, and Fabian Guggenheim scores the bout 114 to 112. All 3 in favor of the winner. He is continuing to the semifinals of the World Boxing Super Series, and still WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the World, the undefeated Mairis Briedis.
Unconfined joy abounds up there in the boxing ring. Here at the Riga Arena in Latvia, Mairis Briedis, a unanimous points decision winner over Mike Perez to successfully defend his WBC Cruiserweight.
You see that atmosphere?
For the very first time. Jubilant scenes all around this arena, filled to capacity. An historic night here in Riga has concluded with the outcome that the home fans so craved. Mairis Briedis extends his perfect start to his professional career, now 23-0, and he goes through to the World Boxing Super Series.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Should I leave? I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to leave this up, and we're going to talk about what's going on. So basically what I do is, and I'm doing it a lot more like I used to in the past. I'm doing my videos real time, meaning this right here is real time. One thing I have to point out is that they have to do a better job for United States media or American media covering this fight. You know, we have to go through a hard time to watch these fights, and it's like, well, you know, like we got to watch the fight, so we're going to do what we have to do. Now, I've been covering the World Boxing Super Series for quite some time now, from its inception, you know, when they first had the first press conference. I only missed one fight, and that was the fight last week as far as not doing a video. But I understand who all the fighters are, even though I may butcher some of their names. You know, I know the storylines, and I know what's the big fights that we're looking forward to. And now Mairis Briedis is going on to fight Alexander Usyk in the second round. And let's talk about it. Let me see. Should I do it this way? Let me see. I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. because I want to see if they do a post-fight interview. So I'm going to do this, right? Bam. Oh, wait, let's listen.
Mīļie cilvēki, mīļie mani draugi, visi jūs esat. Bez jums nebūtu. Jūs redzējāt, cik smagi gāja un nesanāca pirmo reizi Krēli un super čalis no super boksa valsts, bet mūsu valsts ir visspēcīgākā, vislabākā. Nu, dotajā momentā toši.
Is somebody going to translate?
My beloved ones, it wasn't easy, but we did it. We did it together with you, and our country is the strongest country on earth. For today.
As you say, it wasn't easy. Defending your title, the first ever world title fight here in Latvia. How much inspiration, how much extra energy did this capacity crowd give you tonight?
Nu, ja godīgi bija pārāk daudz un galva griezās, nevarēja saprast saņemties, bet bija fantastiski, un mēs to izdarījām, un vēlreiz super, tas ir jūsu sasniegums, un 100% tikai jūsējais. Šodien tas tikai jūs tā, šodien tā ir jūsu uzvara, un pēc tam jau tikai manējām. Paldies!
At first, I thought it was a lot, and it was a lot. It was a little overwhelming even, but we did it, and this victory is actually because of these all great fans in the stands.
So now you're through to the semi-finals of the World Boxing Super Series. You face off against the tournament #1 seed, Alexander Usyk, the WBO world champion, in that Final Four showdown. How keenly are you looking forward to that matchup, that unification world title fight?
Ir pie kā piestrādāt un strādāsim, smagi strādāsim, tagad motivācijas 100 reizes vairāk darīt, jo pirmās acu pārsišana un pirmās ir titula aizstāvēšana, un viennozīmīgi strādāsim, un ar jūsu atbalstu, protams, es to darīšu un iešu tikai uz priekšu un tikai uz augšu. Paldies!
There's still a lot of things to work on, but motivation has only grown up to 100%. This was the first title defense in Latvia. First time for my eye to get cut, but this is all new experience, and I'm looking forward to.
Well, thank you very much indeed, and congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Mairis Briedis. We're going to make our way across the boxing ring now and speak with the man who has just come up short.
Wow, this is a long post-fight, right?
Mike Perez, I know you're immensely disappointed, but just give us your verdict, your point of view as to how this contest went tonight.
First of all, I want to congratulate the champ for his fight, you know, he's still a champion, and all the crowd that come and support him here. I am very disappointed, you know, like, I only asked for a fair fight, you know. I believe the referee was fair, like, you know. The referee was far from fair. I know he asked me to let him do his job, but he don't do his job, you know, so that's what I feel.
I know that you're immensely disappointed having lost in this, your maiden world title bid here this evening. Just your second outing of 2017, your second fight in over 2 years. How significant was that layoff in the performance that you produced tonight, would you say?
Oh, that was my life right here, you know. I don't do everything I was supposed to do. And I'm very disappointed for that, you know. So, I don't know, you know. I think the anxiety and the emotion, I think that got me a little bit, so I kind of, you know, like, froze. You know, I was trying to throw some punch, but I couldn't, so, you know, that's the way it is, you know, so.
Well, I know you're immensely disappointed, but when you have a chat with your team, when you watch the fight back, what do you think the next step will be for you, Mike Perez? How do you go about continuing to establish yourself in the 200-pound cruiserweight division? What's the next step for you?
Um, I don't know, right now I think it was my last chance, I'm 31 years old. I come from a lot, I've been through a lot. And that's it.
Well, whatever you decide to do, we wish you all the very best. You put up a spirited attempt tonight to try and win that WBC Cruiserweight title. It hasn't gone your way, but congratulations on a spirited effort, and we wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, is he going to retire? Like what's that speech about? Wait a minute, let me see. Are they going to show some highlights? What's that speech about? So I look at it like this. I feel that Mike Perez he just seemed too slow for Cruiserweight. This is only his second, you can say really his first full fight at Cruiserweight. His first fight at Cruiserweight, he had lost all these pounds, what they said, about 40 or so pounds. He looks in excellent shape. And the fight was over in the first round because of an ankle injury. I forgot. I covered the fight. So I was like, well, we really don't know who he is at Cruiserweight, and he's going up against a highly gifted boxer. He was eating uppercuts all night. He just was always literally late to the punch. He was, he just looked slow. I'm not gonna say he looked slow. He was slow. And it seems though he was trying to fight like a bully style, fight on the inside. But Briedis, being as smart as he is, knew, well, I'm gonna tie him up and work from, But here's how the tournament. Excuse me. Let me take this off. We don't need this up here anymore. I don't need this up here anymore. Let's go look at the tournament real quick. Right now, I've explained it many times. So this is for the people who's watching the video for the first time or watching about the tournament for the first time. So 2 divisions: cruiserweight, 200 pounds; super middleweight, 168 pounds. $25 million prize money in each division. What we don't know is how much money are these fighters making for the first round, the second round, and then the finals. Because you have to think these fighters are making at least $1 million a fight, right? So you can kind of say, well, this is maybe Mike Perez's biggest payday. So as you can see, this was the first round. Usyk beat Marco Huck. And basically put his career in jeopardy as far as where does he go from here. Moved on to the second round. Mairis Briedis beat Mike Perez. Those two meet in the second round. Usyk Dorticos knocked out, I keep forgetting how to say this guy's name, Krotishov. Last week I missed covering that fight, and I'm gonna be at this fight. I'm gonna be at Garcia versus Walderzak. Now, before I go to the fight, obviously, and go to the fight week events, obviously, I'm gonna make sure I know how to pronounce his name, correct? Because we're going to talk to him, and obviously, we're going to have to, talk through his translator, so we're going to get some questions and things like that. Another thing before we move on is they really need to do something, as I said earlier, about like helping us American boxing media watch these fights without no issues. So maybe in the second season, they would get, because it's supposed to be going on for 2 more years after this, they'll get a TV deal of some sort because they need it, and then the final. So the way this tournament is set up, if I'm correct, here it is. The schedule's right here. That's not the part I'm looking for. I know for sure that the finals are supposed to be in May and in June. 1 fight in May and 1 fight in June. The second round, where we're supposed to see Mairis Briedis versus, I'm looking for, what does it say? It doesn't say. It's on here somewhere. Let me see. Is it here? Not bad, guys. What I'm looking for is, we're just going to have to wait. So if I'm correct, the next round is supposed to be, let me move this out the way. The next round is supposed to be in January, February, or February, March. I think it's January, February when the next round is supposed to be, where we're going to see Mairis Briedis versus Marco Huck. We don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be a very, very, very big fight. And in, a perfect world, we would see Usyk versus Murat Gassiev, in the finals of this wild card is Usyk Dorticos. So in the next round, you're going to see Gassiev or Walderzak, I'm telling you, we're gonna learn his name versus Junior Dorticos. And then the winners of now, it's official. Usyk versus Briedis will go on to fight the winner of these two and Dorticos. This would have happened in May or June. So it's just like, where does Mike Perez go from here? Let's go look at his resume. He's 22-3, 1 KOs. He's had some big fights. Brian Jennings, from which he lost. Alexander Povetkin. And then this was a very, Carlos Taka. And then this was a very, very, very sad case. If you don't know, let me zoom in for you. If you don't know the case of what happened with Magomed Abdusulamov. But as you can see, he has a pretty, respectable resume. But when you look at cruiserweight, right? He fought in 2015 against Alexander Povetkin, got brutally knocked out. He was talking about how he was like drinking, and going in the fights drunk and everything like that. He got brutally knocked out in May of 2015. He fought 2 years, 1 month later, 40 plus pounds lighter, right? 40 plus pounds lighter in a fight that only went 1 round. I forgot if this guy basically quit in his stool or something like that. I can go look it up, but I just don't feel like looking at it right now. And then he fights a very skilled cruiserweight, career cruiserweight, and Mairis Briedis, and just gets, unanimous decision. So he was trying to work. It was almost like, like he just was, I can't say he was smothering his punches. He just was like late to the punch every time, it seems. It seemed, So looking at the division overall, let's go to page 1. Alexander Usyk, in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot, is still considered to be number 1. We really don't know where to rank Tony Bellew because he's still, fighting his second fight at cruiserweight. Krzysztof Glowacki just won, former WBO champion, earlier tonight on the card. And then you have Murad Gassiev. So when you, in my opinion, the best cruiserweights, in my opinion, I'm going with Usyk, Briedis, Gassiev, Liberdev, Junior Dorticos, we really don't know, yet, because he had a long layoff too. Glowacki. That's just my opinion, though. But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I enjoyed the fight. Maybe it's because the atmosphere. It wasn't like a hug fest. I guess it was, just the styles that was making it seem like that. But overall, I enjoyed it. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live, except the one last week. I missed it, And really, I don't even cover every single major fight live anymore. I got to get back on that. We're close, though. Please subscribe.